Imagine a scenario. You wake up feeling a little off, maybe a bit queasy. You try to shake it off, but as the day progresses, the feeling intensifies. Before you know it, you're grappling with nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Sound familiar? This, my friends, could be the unfortunate reality of a norovirus infection. Norovirus, often dubbed the stomach flu, is a highly contagious virus that wreaks havoc on our digestive systems. It's notorious for spreading like wildfire, particularly in closed settings like schools, cruise ships, and nursing homes. This tiny virus is a formidable foe, responsible for countless cases of gastroenteritis each year. In fact, the CDC estimates that norovirus causes 19 to 21 million illnesses annually in the United States alone. But don't worry, knowledge is power. In this video, we're going to delve deep into the world of norovirus. We'll explore what it is, how it spreads, and most importantly, how to protect yourself and your loved ones from its clutches. Norovirus, my friends, is not your average virus. It's incredibly resilient, able to survive on surfaces for extended periods, lurking in wait for its next victim. This microscopic troublemaker belongs to a family of viruses known as Severidae. There are many different strains of norovirus out there, constantly evolving and adapting. This makes it difficult for our immune systems to develop long-lasting immunity, meaning you can get infected with norovirus multiple times throughout your life. Don't let its size fool you, though. What norovirus lacks in size, it makes up for in its ability to multiply rapidly within the human gut. Once inside your system, it hijacks your cells, turning them into virus-producing factories. This leads to inflammation of the stomach and intestines, causing the unpleasant symptoms we associate with norovirus infection. But fear not, we'll arm you with the knowledge to combat this sneaky virus. Norovirus doesn't discriminate. It affects people of all ages, races, and socioeconomic backgrounds. It's a global health concern, causing a significant burden on healthcare systems worldwide. While most people recover from norovirus within a few days, it can be particularly dangerous for young children, the elderly, and individuals with weakened immune systems. Dehydration is a serious complication of norovirus, especially in vulnerable populations, and can lead to hospitalization in severe cases. The economic impact of norovirus is also considerable. Think about it: lost productivity due to illness, healthcare costs, and the resources required to manage outbreaks all take a toll. But by understanding how norovirus spreads and taking the necessary precautions, we can minimize its impact on our communities and protect ourselves and our loved ones. Stay tuned as we explore the ins and outs of norovirus, empowering you to stay healthy and safe. Norovirus is notorious for its stealthy transmission, spreading rapidly from person to person. It's like an invisible ninja, lurking in unexpected places, waiting to strike. One of the primary ways norovirus spreads is through what we call the fecal-oral route. Now, before you get grossed out, let me explain. Essentially, tiny particles of norovirus are shed in the feces and vomit of infected individuals. These particles can contaminate hands, surfaces, and objects, setting the stage for transmission. Imagine this: someone with norovirus doesn't wash their hands thoroughly after using the restroom. They then touch a doorknob, a light switch, or even a menu at a restaurant. Now, those surfaces are contaminated with microscopic norovirus particles. All it takes is for you to touch that same surface and then touch your mouth, nose, or eyes, and bam, you're infected. Section 2. The usual suspects, common sources of norovirus. While person-to-person contact is a major driver of norovirus transmission, it's not the only way this sneaky virus spreads. Contaminated food and water are also common culprits. Think about foods that are handled by multiple people during preparation, like salads, fruits, and sandwiches. If someone handling the food is infected with norovirus and doesn't follow proper hygiene practices, the food can easily become contaminated. Waterborne outbreaks are also a concern. Norovirus can contaminate well water, swimming pools, and even municipal water supplies if sanitation measures are inadequate. This is why it's crucial to drink water from trusted sources, and to be extra cautious when traveling to areas with potentially compromised water quality. Remember those cruise ship outbreaks you hear about in the news? Those are often linked to contaminated food or water, highlighting the importance of strict hygiene practices in these settings. Section 3. A chain reaction, the vicious cycle of norovirus transmission. What makes norovirus particularly challenging to control is its ability to spread rapidly in closed environments. Think about schools, daycare centers, nursing homes, and even workplaces. These settings provide the perfect breeding ground for norovirus, as people are in close proximity to each other, sharing common spaces and surfaces. It's like a chain reaction. One infected individual can quickly spread the virus to multiple others, who then go on to infect even more people. This is why it's crucial to break the chain of infection. If you or someone in your household is experiencing symptoms of norovirus, it's essential to isolate yourselves as much as possible to prevent further spread. We'll delve into more specific prevention and control measures in a bit, but for now, remember that norovirus is highly contagious and spreads easily, so vigilance is key. Section 1. Recognizing the enemy. Common symptoms of norovirus. Norovirus is notorious for its swift and often debilitating effects on the digestive system. It's not a subtle virus, my friends. When norovirus strikes, you'll know it. One of the hallmark symptoms is sudden onset nausea, that queasy feeling that can make your stomach churn. This nausea often progresses to vomiting, which can be forceful and frequent, leaving you feeling drained and weak. But wait, there's more. Norovirus doesn't stop at nausea and vomiting. It also unleashes a torrent of other unpleasant symptoms, including watery diarrhea. We're talking frequent, urgent trips to the bathroom, often accompanied by abdominal cramps and bloating. These digestive woes can be extremely disruptive to your daily life, making it difficult to focus on anything else. Section 2. The assault begins, timing and severity of symptoms. Norovirus is a master of disguise, often lurking undetected for 12 to 48 hours after exposure before unleashing its fury. This incubation period can vary from person to person, but once symptoms hit, they tend to come on suddenly and aggressively. You might feel fine one minute and then be doubled over in agony the next. The severity of symptoms can also vary widely. Some people experience a relatively mild bout of norovirus, with symptoms lasting only a day or two. Others, however, are hit much harder, enduring several days of intense nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. Factors influencing symptom severity include the specific strain of norovirus, your overall health, and whether you've been infected with that particular strain before. Section 3. Beyond the discomfort, potential complications of norovirus. While most people recover from norovirus without any long-term complications, it's essential to be aware of potential risks, especially for vulnerable individuals. One of the most significant concerns is dehydration. The relentless vomiting and diarrhea associated with norovirus infection can rapidly deplete your body's fluids and electrolytes, leading to dehydration if not addressed promptly. Dehydration is particularly dangerous for young children, older adults, and those with weakened immune systems. These individuals are more susceptible to severe complications from dehydration, such as hospitalization. Signs of dehydration to watch out for include decreased urination, dry mouth, extreme thirst, dizziness, and fatigue. Section 1. Shielding yourself. Effective prevention strategies. All right, everyone. Now that we've covered the not-so-pleasant aspects of norovirus, let's shift gears and talk about how to protect ourselves from this microscopic menace. Remember, knowledge is power, and by understanding the enemy, we can better defend ourselves. Norovirus is a crafty adversary, but with the right strategies in place, we can outsmart it and stay healthy. The first line of defense against norovirus is prevention. While we may not be able to completely eliminate the risk of infection, we can significantly reduce our chances of getting sick by adopting some simple yet effective habits. These habits are like our armor, shielding us from the invisible threat of norovirus. So, let's dive in and explore these protective measures in detail. Section 2. The Frontline Defense Handwashing, your secret weapon. You've probably heard it a million times, but I'm going to say it again because it's that important. Handwashing is your secret weapon against norovirus. Think of it as your superpower, capable of neutralizing this microscopic villain. But it's not just about a quick rinse under the tap. We need to up our hand-washing game to effectively combat norovirus. Here's the deal. Norovirus is incredibly resilient and can survive on surfaces for extended periods. That means even if you don't see visible dirt or grime, your hands could still be harboring these invisible troublemakers. So, make it a habit to wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water, especially after using the restroom, changing diapers, handling raw meat, and before eating or preparing food. And remember, friction is key. Scrub your hands vigorously for at least 20 seconds, making sure to get under your nails and between your fingers. Section 3. Food Safety First. Navigating the culinary battlefield. While hand washing takes center stage in our fight against norovirus, we can't forget about food safety. Remember, contaminated food is a major culprit in norovirus outbreaks. But don't worry, I'm not suggesting we all become culinary hermits. By following some simple guidelines, we can enjoy our meals without the fear of an unwelcome norovirus encounter. First and foremost, always wash your fruits and vegetables thoroughly under running water before eating or preparing them. Even if you plan on peeling them, it's crucial to wash them first to remove any potential contaminants on the surface. When it comes to meat and poultry, make sure to cook them to the recommended internal temperature. Use a food thermometer to ensure they're cooked all the way through. And remember, norovirus is heat sensitive, so cooking food thoroughly is a surefire way to neutralize any lurking viruses. Treatment options for norovirus. Norovirus can be tough, but it's usually self-limiting. Rest, hydration, and over-the-counter meds can help. Support your body, and you'll recover soon. Section 2. Hydration is key, replenishing your body's defenses. Hydration is crucial for fighting norovirus. Vomiting and diarrhea deplete fluids and electrolytes. Replenish with clear fluids and electrolyte drinks. Water, sports drinks, and oral rehydration solutions are ideal. Sip small amounts frequently if nauseous. Popsicles and ice chips can help too. Section 3. Seeking expert guidance. When to consult a doctor. While most cases of norovirus resolve on their own with supportive care at home, there are certain situations where it's crucial to seek medical attention. Remember, it's always better to err on the side of caution when it comes to your health. If you're experiencing severe dehydration, persistent vomiting that prevents you from keeping any fluids down, bloody diarrhea, or a high fever that doesn't respond to over-the-counter medications, it's time to pick up the phone and call your doctor. Additionally, if your symptoms haven't improved after a few days, or if you have any underlying medical conditions that might put you at higher risk for complications, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider. They can assess your individual situation, provide personalized guidance, and determine if any additional interventions are necessary. Remember, you know your body best. If something doesn't feel right, trust your instincts and seek medical advice. Section 1. Containment is key, preventing the spread to others. Norovirus is highly contagious. Isolation is key. Stay home, avoid gatherings, and keep your distance. Protect others by being vigilant and taking precautions. It's a small price to pay to prevent the spread. Restoring a norovirus-free zone. Neutralize norovirus in your environment. It lingers on surfaces for days. Target high-touch areas: doorknobs, light switches, countertops, faucet handles, remote controls, and your phone. Prime real estate for norovirus. Use bleach-based cleaner or effective disinfectant wipes. Don't forget laundry. Wash contaminated clothing separately in hot water. Break the chain of infection for a safer environment. Section 1. Knowledge is power. Staying one step ahead of norovirus. So there you have it, folks. We've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the ins and outs of norovirus, what it is, how it spreads, its pesky symptoms, and most importantly, how to protect yourself and others from its clutches. Remember, knowledge is power, and by arming ourselves with the facts, we can navigate the world with confidence, minimizing our risk of encountering this unwelcome guest. But our journey into the world of health and wellness doesn't end here. There's always more to learn, more ways to empower ourselves and those around us. Now I want to hear from you. What health topics are you most curious about? What areas of wellness would you like to explore further? Let me know in the comments below, and your suggestions might just inspire my next video. Until then, stay healthy, Stay informed and keep those hands squeaky clean.